Ever feel like you're carrying a weight no one sees? Like every step forward feels heavier than the last? Like life handed you a storm you didn't ask for, and now it's your job to survive it? You're not alone. Throughout history, warriors have faced that same question, but none faced it with more grace, grit, and mental clarity than the samurai. They lived in a world where death could arrive with the next knock on the door, where honor meant everything, and fear was a constant shadow, and yet they didn't crumble. They trained their mind like a blade. They met chaos with calm and pain with poise. In this video, we'll break down how to overcome adversity like a samurai. We're not here for fantasy or fluff. We're here to study their mindset and apply it directly to modern life. Heartbreak, failure, rejection, financial pressure, mental exhaustion. We all face these, but how you respond, that's where the path begins. You'll learn why Bushido, the way of the warrior, isn't just a code, it's a shield. How samurai trained not just the body, but the soul. Simple practices you can use today to face anything, calmly, courageously, and consciously. This isn't about becoming perfect, it's about becoming unshakable. Because adversity doesn't warn you before it hits. But if your mind is forged well, you won't break, you'll cut through. The word Bushido means the way of the warrior. But it's more than just a martial code. It's a way of being designed to make a person strong, focused, and grounded, no matter what life throws at them. And here's the part most people miss. Bushido was never about chasing death or living violently. It was about living honorably in the face of chaos, internal and external. The samurai followed 7 core virtues. Think of these as mental armor layers you build over time to become unshakable. Let's break them down. 1. Gai. Righteousness. Do the right thing, even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard. To a samurai, integrity was everything. No fake faces, no shortcuts. When you act from principle, not pressure, you stay rooted in storms. Modern applications set non-negotiables for yourself. What won't you tolerate? What will you never betray? Even under stress, write it down. Live it daily. 2. You courage. Not the absence of fear, but walking forward with it. The samurai trained to move toward fear, not run from it. They believed that fear was a gate once passed through. Clarity followed. Modern application: take one bold action this week that scares you. A conversation, a boundary, a decision. Use fear as fuel, not a stop sign. 3. Jin benevolence. Real strength protects the weak. The sword wasn't just a weapon, it was a responsibility. Samurai used their power to serve, not dominate. Modern application: adversity can make us bitter or better. Choose compassion when you're hurting. Help someone even in your pain. It heals you too. 4. Respect, discipline, and dignity, even with enemies. Samurai bowed before battle, not as submission but as honor. Modern application: don't let pain make you reactive. Breathe, respond with class. That's real power. 5. Makoto honesty. Say what you mean. Do what you say. Your word is your sword. Keep it sharp. Modern application: be brutally honest with yourself. Stop pretending you're fine when you're not. Admit what hurts. That's where healing starts. 6. Meio honor. This is your reputation with yourself. Samurai lived so that at the end of the day, they could look in the mirror with pride. Modern application: live like someone you'd admire, quietly, daily, no audience required. 7. Chunji, loyalty to your people, your path, your purpose. Samurai stayed loyal, even in loss, even in death. Modern application: what are you loyal to? What mission pulls you forward when motivation fades? Stay true, even when it's inconvenient. Together, these 7 virtues formed the foundation of samurai resilience. They weren't born with it, they practiced it. Every day. And here's the truth: adversity will strip you. It'll shake your job, your relationships, your sense of control. But if you've built these values into your bones, you'll still stand. You won't panic, you'll pivot. Like a warrior, fear is natural. But to a samurai, fear was a test, not a curse. They didn't try to suppress it. They studied it, because they understood a truth most of us avoid. You can't control life, but you can control how you meet it. And they trained for that every single day. Machine, the mind without fear. There's a concept in samurai training called machine, no mind. It's not emptiness in a dull sense. It's clarity. It's presence under pressure. It's when your mind isn't tangled in what might happen. It's locked into what is. A samurai couldn't afford hesitation. Fear meant death. So they trained their minds to move like water. No judgment, no clinging. When fear came, they didn't resist it. They let it pass through, then acted with precision. Death meditation. Facing the worst first one of the boldest samurai practices was this. They mentally rehearsed their own death. Daily, not to be morbid, but to remove the illusion of control. They'd imagine the worst, being cut down in battle, losing their family, dying alone. And once that fear was faced in the mind, what could life do to them? Nothing could surprise them. They had already died before the fight began. If you learn to die before you die, you won't die when you die. Zen proverb. This made them powerful, detached from outcomes, committed to actions, calm in chaos. Old and modern application. Flip the fear. Let's bring that to you. Right now, what are you afraid of? Losing your job? Failing in front of others? Not being enough? Write it down. Then answer this. If that fear came true, who would you be after? Don't run from the fear. Walk into it. Play it out. Now breathe. You're still here. This practice of imagining the worst, then preparing your spirit, isn't negative. It's the root of Stoic and Samurai power. It builds composure, control, depth. Whole action drill. The daily death minute. Try this. Sit still. Close your eyes. Ask, what if today was the last day I could face this problem? Then respond to it with clarity, not emotion. When you do this, you strip fear of its grip. And you'll notice something strange. You stop overthinking. You stop avoiding. You start moving decisively. That's what the samurai practiced. Because once the fear of death is gone, everything else becomes manageable. Fear doesn't disappear. But when you understand it, when you practice dying to it, you rise with a strength that no one can shake. And that's not just the way of the samurai. That's the way of freedom. Pain is a signal, not of weakness, but of change. The samurai knew this. So did the Stoics. Two worlds, two philosophies, but one truth. The obstacle is the path. Zen saying, what stands in the way becomes the way. Marcus Aurelius. They didn't run from suffering. They leaned in, because pain wasn't punishment. It was a forge. Soul along will long. Discipline. Training the body to train the mind. Samurai didn't just train to win. They trained to endure. Long hours. Brutal repetition. Cold water. Hot steel. Not because it felt good, but because it built something deeper. Every strike of the sword, every hour of stillness, every ritual was a vote for who they wanted to become. Discipline isn't about perfection. It's about consistency with intention. Modern application. When things fall apart, most people break down. But here's the shift. What if the pain isn't an enemy, but a teacher? You're not falling apart. You're being remade. Start asking, what is this moment sharpening in me? What muscle, mental or physical, can I build through this? What would a warrior do right now? Endurance, holding stillness in chaos. You can't fake endurance. You either train for it, or you crack. The Stoics called it premeditatio malorum, the mental rehearsal of hardship. The samurai did it through cold silence and exposure. You want power? Practice this. Hold one thing. Not for results, not for praise, just to grow. One cold shower, one daily walk in discomfort, 1 minute longer in silence, one promise kept when no one's watching. Each time you stay in the pain, you rewire your story. From victim to warrior, from overwhelmed to forged, in your pain, as data, not identity. Here's the crucial mindset. Pain isn't who you are, it's what you're passing through. The samurai saw wounds as reminders of battles survived, not reasons to quit. The Stoics said, you may not control what happens, but you control your opinion about it. That's the alchemy. You're not supposed to be untouched. You're supposed to be transformed. Line solo long action drill. The pain reframe next time you feel it. Overwhelm, frustration, sadness. Pause and ask, what is this pain trying to reveal in me? Where is it pushing me to grow? Then move. Small step, calm step, warrior step. Write about it, train through it, create with it. But never let it go to waste, because pain ignored becomes trauma. Pain faced becomes power. Pain didn't destroy them. It made them mythic. And if you choose it, it will do the same for you. You don't need a sword to live like a samurai. You need a system, a rhythm that sharpens your mind the way a blade is honed, daily, patiently, relentlessly. Samurai trained not for moments of glory, but for moments of pressure, because when chaos hits, you fall back on your rituals. Not motivation, not luck, discipline. Let's walk through a set of simple, powerful practices to build unshakable inner fortitude, starting today. 1. Morning stillness. Begin before the world does. The samurai rose early. Their mornings weren't chaotic. They were controlled, intentional. Start your day with stillness, not a scroll, not a screen. Sit in silence for 5 minutes. Breathe slowly. Ask, what kind of person do I want to be today? Under pressure, in conflict, in silence. You're not reacting to life. You're creating your stance before the world can knock you off center. A warrior begins his battle before stepping onto the field. 2. One promise. Keep it, no matter what. Pick one small, non-negotiable task. Stretch, cold shower, 15 push-ups, no sugar, gratitude journal. Then keep that promise. It's not about the task, it's about trust. Each time you follow through, your mind learns, I can count on myself. That's what makes you steady when everything else breaks down. 3. The evening cut. Reflect and release. The sword must return to the sheath, so must your mind. Each evening before bed, review your day with honesty. Where did you lose your calm? Where did you act in alignment with the warrior you're becoming? Then release it. You can't carry today's wounds into tomorrow's battle. Reflection is the whetstone of the soul. 4. Embrace one hard thing daily. Samurai didn't avoid discomfort. They practiced it on purpose. Each day, choose one thing that stretches you. Wake up earlier. Have the hard conversation. Hold the cold longer. Push one more rep. Sit in silence for 10 more seconds. This is how you build calluses on your character. Soft lives create soft minds. Hard edges forge warriors. 5. Serve without seeking credit. A samurai's strength wasn't for ego. It was for honor and protection. Do one thing each day for someone else. Quietly, anonymously. No reward. This rewires the mind for meaning over validation. You stop needing applause. You start anchoring in purpose. That's the deepest resilience of all. Final words. The modern warrior's path. You're not going to feel strong every day. Neither did they. But strength doesn't mean feeling invincible. It means showing up anyway. The armor is built with habits. The sword is your focus. And the battle, it's here, now. In your breath, in your choices, in how you carry yourself through the chaos. You're not trying to be perfect. You're trying to be prepared. Like a samurai. If this message hit home, like the video, subscribe and drop a comment with "My mind is my blade." I'll be watching for warriors. And remember, the way is not found in comfort. It's carved in discipline. Start walking.